Coach?
Obviously excited, getting a chance to go 1-0 each week. That's always in the game plan. Going against a really good team. I think that's been playing well. Coach and Deep Creek has done a great job of getting those guys ready, and they've brought it each week. And we had a chance to get put to the test, and I like how our guys responded, and especially how we not so much started, but maybe more so how we finished.
Coach, they were able to throw a couple things at you early on in the game. What was it that they did to kind of knock you guys off your square a little?
I think that we got out of rhythm a little bit after that first drive. Had a great 12-play drive that we put together for a score. Had the first kickoff called back, and then after that we basically go about 85 yards and put it in. And then after we came back, just got out of rhythm a little bit. Ethan tried to make a decision to get a ball outside, kind of turnover here. They also did a good job of holding on to the ball. They're a no-huddle offense. However, they really kind of used all of the play clock, which is smart to try to basically keep our offense off the field. We didn't have as many possessions or plays. Only ended up with 39 offensive plays on the entire game. So I thought that they did a good job of trying to eat away the clock.
They had 39 offensive plays, or you guys?
We did. We had 39.
So you actually scored more points than you had offensive plays.
Right.
So far this year, you guys have outscored the opponent 170-0. What do you think goes into playing such dominant football?
I think first and foremost is the young men that buy into our coaching, buy into our expectations. So it's always going to be about those guys wanting to write their legacy for their team, and the fact that they get a chance to be out there, even on a short season, they get a chance to write their chapter, and that's what they're doing. So from there, they're taking the coaching, and the mindset is that we should be able to score, and we should be able to stop our opponent every time one unit takes the field. And then you can see if that ball gets put up on defense, theoretically, Sherrard Coville led the offensive stats in receiving yards because he caught 2 for 90, right? The offensive guys, our receiver, most receiving yards was at about 76. So he even beat us with that. But my point is intercepting the ball on defense and taking it to the house. We have that a chance to be a home run team every single day, every single play.
What's the identity of this team?
I think we're Smith. we're a Smith team. We're a Smith set. So when we take the field, we feel like we can score. We feel like we can dominate each play. So I think the identity is probably still to be determined, if you will. But we have the chance to be able to have a home run hitter on offense and have guys that can't give up. We don't have to blitz to get pressure because of our front four. I think our identity that separates us from most other teams right now are the trenches, and that's the offensive line and the defensive line. We're very big and we're very physical, and I think that we always take the attack to the opposing team, and when you can establish and dominate there, then your athletes in the back seven can do and make big-time plays.
How has this team gotten better since that, 2019? The 2019 season?
Yep. I think the biggest thing is just having that off time, getting back into the flow of the game. We didn't really have, you don't have like the preparation camp to get everybody in shape. And I think that's been the biggest thing that we've kind of been concentrating on. This week's game is supposed to be around 86 degrees, 85. So, we're going to be tested a little bit more now. It's not a season that starts off hot and gets cold. It's a season that started cold and now it's going to get hot. So I think that the biggest thing is getting in shape. The evolution of the actual team coming together. We had a lot of returners, but we had some big time players move on, and Malcolm Britt, some guys on the offensive line, and obviously the 6A Offensive Player of the Year and Ramon Copeland, man. And so I think guys have done a good job of rising to the occasion. Amonte Jones, Cole Jones, and Kayvon King and Cooper have done a good job, along with Ethan, to keep that offense as a high-powered type of striking offense. The defense has just stepped up. With the returners that we've had, we're bigger, we're stronger, and as we continue to get in shape, I think that we'll continue to see more and more dominance.
What do you think this 6-game regular season and postseason means to your seniors who didn't get a chance to play in the fall?
I think it means everything to them. I mean, gives them the opportunity to change their lives. A lot of the guys are still figuring out exactly where they're going to go and where they're settled down, and the fact that they have some senior film and chance to base that off of, and the way that they're playing right now on every single play, they get a chance to kind of send that out, and it's opened up some eyes for players, and they're in the midst of talking and looking at changing their future collegiately.
All right, Coach, I'll get you out of here on this. Everyone has had to adapt to this new way of living in COVID. Talk about the effect that it has had on you personally, your program, and your community.
Well, I think it's definitely, changed a lot of the ways of our everyday lives. The new normal, if you will, is that kind of a cliche, as you kind of mentioned earlier, but it's definitely impacted and let us savor every moment and savor every play, because you don't know when it could be taken away from you. And we've seen that with some of our players kind of just taking every rep as serious as they can, because they don't know if something could change. And I think that that's kind of allowed us to enjoy every second we get and not really complain about, that we have to do interviews with a mask on or play with a mask on or coach with a shield on. Our young men have just done a good job of just being persistent and persevering through it. And I think that's the biggest thing, kind of like leaning on them. They lean on us, but they do such a great job of persevering. It's like it's contagious through the coaching staff, and it's contagious through the locker room. So I think knowing how much I love and miss them, because we were away from each other for a while, so I'm definitely happy I get a chance to be around these jokers for 2 seasons in a full year. So how much you love football, how much you love the guys, it makes you, now that we're back together, that much more tighter and that much more focused.
Wide receiver number 4. Into the end zone by number 4.